I just don't need to be up there. I just don't need to be up high anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what do I got to do up there?
Yeah.
Like I want a ranch style house that the roof's flat that I can clean the gutters. I don't need to get up higher than that.
That's so funny. You're like, I don't want a second story. It's too high. We're not meant to be up there with the gods. It's like, Jim, it's a flight of stairs. Ah,
bah humbug. I'm not going up
bah humbug. Yeah,
Dewey.
yeah. That's so funny. You moved to Kansas just because it's flat. It's so weird. It's like to the extreme.
No inclines.
No inclines, none whatsoever. There's a wheelchair ramp outside the bank. You're like, no. You come out here and take my money. You come down here.
Just constantly have a level with me. Just like, I don't think so.
It's so funny. You see someone in platform shoes and you're like, what is wrong with you?
Just like I'm cutting the heels off my wife's heels. It's like, no.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the best podcast. We are going with 2 cameras today because I'm an idiot and forgot to charge the batteries for the third camera. So I'm sitting here with Chris Oliver.
Heyo.
And my buddy Jim.
Hello.
I'm sorry, Jim. I don't remember your last name.
Stout.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm terrible. It's always just like, what's up, Jim? Like that.
No, I'm the same way.
Yeah, that's good. And they are here to promote their brand new podcast called Common Courtesy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys want to tell everybody a little bit about the whole idea, the premise behind?
Yeah, sure.
No, put your cool moon ring on top, dude.
It's not a moon ring, dude. It's an aura ring. He keeps calling them. This is what this podcast is. It's us fighting.
That's so funny.
I told you, he's got this charger for it, and it's just like this weird shirt. I was like, I didn't know that's what it was for. And in my head, I was like, what's that for? Like his butt plug or something? And he's like, no, my aura ring. And I was like, dude, I wish you would just tell me it's for anything other than that.
Yeah, that's so funny. It turns purple. And it's like, oh, he's feeling bashful. You doing all right, big guy?
Fuck you guys. I like my ring. It tells me I don't sleep. That's all this thing does. It's just like, you don't sleep.
That's so funny. And then you're like, I know. Yeah. I'm busy. I have to work. No, but so give me the whole idea behind Common Courtesy. So
it is a pretty typical podcast for the first half of it, but what makes it fun is the game we play at the end. Jim, do you want to explain the game?
Yeah, we just play a little game called Kiss or Diss, and it's really just like, you go through life and there's a lot of scenarios. You interact with people, your friends, and sometimes they do like nice stuff for you, and you kind of just want to give them a little kiss for being a good friend,
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes maybe the thing they do, it's just like it's too much, it's over the top. Like, yes, the intention there is being nice, but it's just too much. So you gotta diss them every once in a while.
Yeah.
I did bring a couple examples just so we could do this real quick.
Yeah, I would love. Yeah. Let's do a couple examples so people get the feel for it.
Yeah.
So one I wrote down was you're driving your friend home, or I guess you'd be in the other person's scenario. Your friend's driving you home, and then he waits for you to get into your house. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like he drops you off.
Oh, yeah.
And then he waits for you to get in your house to make sure you're inside safe.
Diss.
Kiss or diss?
Diss.
What do you think, Jim?
I'm going kiss.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm going
Yeah,
diss.
I mean, I get it. Like it's like as a man, you should be able to like get in your own house, but
Yeah, fight your battles.
Yeah. Because if I ask you for a ride home, be like, hey, can you give me a ride home? Your obligation ends when I'm at home.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say, can you make sure I get inside? You know what I mean? So it's like, no, don't sit there and like watch me walk to the door. That
I would never expect someone, like if they didn't do it, I wouldn't be upset. Like I wouldn't diss them for not doing it. But if they did, look back and kind of look back, you're like, yeah, it's still there. What a guy.
What a guy. He made sure I didn't get
Why is he
mugged.
holding a boombox right now?
Yeah.
Just above his head.
Yeah. Why is it only raining over him?
Yeah. You guys are did we do that last night?
No.
Oh.
No,
I do remember, though, we did drop our friend Kevin off, and he got out of the car to walk into the house, and I was like, "Get home safe."
Yeah. yeah. No, I drove away immediately. I was
No,
like,
I'll be honest. If I drive you home, chances are like it'll be a rolling stop. You know, where it's like, all right, I'm gonna slow down. This is your house. Get out whenever you feel comfortable.
That's funny.
Yeah.
do you
another
have
one?
one? I have another one, but you can go.
Yeah, I do have one. All right, you have a friend that he wants to watch movies with you, but he always cries at the sad parts.
Oh.
I won't say his name.
I don't know,
Like,
man.
and it's always like the ones that cut a little too close to home. He's kind of
That one's got to be it's got to be a diss.
yeah.
And this is from a habitual crier of movies.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Like there are even commercials that will break me down sometimes where I'm like, and my kids love to point it out. They're like, "Well, Dad's tearing up," and I'm like, "Shut up!" I don't know why I'm broken inside, but yeah, if he keeps wanting to watch movies with you and you know it's going to be a tearjerker, be like, "Hey, man." Could you watch this one by yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's watch a comedy or something. Like, let's watch something where we both don't have to ignore you crying. You know?
Yeah, I'm going dis.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going this as well.
Yeah,
it's just, and it's not like a. Doesn't have to be like a bawling, but you can just tell they're getting. You hear the. You know.
Just the breathing.
Yeah.
Just a little whimper.
Are you a crier during movies at all? Are there any that get you?
What'd you say?
Are there any that get you?
Schindler's List
yeah.
when they lose.
When they lose at the end, I get really sad.
They don't win.
The Germans are running away.
That
We were
upsets
so
me.
close.
Yeah, yeah. When the and remember the Titans when they win, that just
When the all white team loses.
yeah. Just, come on, man. No, yeah. I get pretty teary eyed watching a lot of stuff, even like commercials too. Sometimes I'm just like, what the? Especially like the ones about like kids and like hospitals and stuff. I'm just like, I gotta just get out of here.
Well, okay, here's a like a tie-in. We can zipper these together. What movie is the best at making you cry?
Like me in general, or just?
Yeah, like if you watch this movie, you know you're gonna cry. Like
Dude, mine's so gay.
So is mine. Mine's such a dork jock response.
P.S.
Mine's
I love
not.
you.
No, mine's not jock at all. Mine's How to Train Your Dragon 2. Every
Hey.
time, dude.
When the dad's talking to the mom,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "You're just as beautiful as when I lost you," I was like,
Yep. And then he gets got.
"Yeah,
He finally found his mom, and then his dad gets caught. It's sad as
woof,
fuck.
dude." Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, I'm gonna cry
It'll
now.
get it gets me. Yeah. No, mine's Homeward Bound.
Good.
Yeah.
When at the end of Homeward Bound, if you don't cry during that, you're just not human.
Yeah.
That'll be the test for AI in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in Terminator, they used to have like they had dogs that could sniff like the Terminator's coming,
Mm-hmm.
and they would bark at people, and they were like, "Oh, it's a Terminator," and they'd shoot them. It's not going to be dogs that bark; it's going to be dogs that limp.
Yeah.
And if the Terminator doesn't cry, "No, it's a Terminator."
That's funny. Yeah, no, that even just seeing the clip like that goes around Instagram of that part, I'm just like, man, and then my dog's sitting there like, and I'm like, ah, dude.
Oh man, the kid's just like, it was too old. He was too far. He was too old. It's too far. And then you turn around and the dog's like, Peter, Peter, like a ghost, like Ebenezer Scrooge's ghost, you know, Peter. Every time, just ugly crying. I can't help it.
Off the top of my head, the movie Miracle gets me every time. The hockey movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like at the end, just like the speech in the background and it just gets to me. I don't know why. It just does.
That one scene in Fresh Prince always gets me too.
Why didn't he want me, man?
Yeah.
I learned how to shave without him. I learned how to fight without him.
To hell with him.
Yeah, to hell with him. Yeah, exactly. And I grew up with a dad, but
Yeah,
still,
same.
I'm like,
My dad loves me very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't he?
What would you rather have, your dad not be around or your wife cheat on you 50 times?
Whoa. Okay.
That's Will Smith.
Yeah, common courtesy. We hate Will Smith.
Will Smith. Oh, I didn't realize that was a Will Smith. I thought that was just random.
No, it's what happened to Will Smith.
Would you rather your dog have cancer or your kids die in a car crash? It's like, well, okay, Jim, jeez. Dis? I don't know.
That's a dis for sure.
No, man, he kind of had both, didn't he? He really,
Yeah.
he kind of hit the tragedy jackpot.
Yeah.
That's funny. He's like, yeah, it's probably not going to get worse than my dad not being around. And then boom.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. The fact that she slept with his son's friends, that's wild to me.
Yeah, it's only cool on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I did know a couple people who they got some moms throughout the years.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa, really? And then the more you thought about it, you're like, whoa, really? You know, like it very quickly changed to like, I don't think that's as cool as I thought it was. Yeah, like that's. I knew this one dude, and to be fair, he wasn't like my friend. He's like a family member's, like an extended family member's friend. But he told us the story that when he was in high school, he was hooking up with one of his friend's moms, and she like bought him a moped so he could drive over.
That's
because you don't need a license
Kiss,
for
kiss,
it.
kiss, 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 kiss.
Yeah. But I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. And then as time goes by, I think about it and I'm like, that's like grooming, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's vrooming right there.
That's
grooming.
Fuck yeah.
Well done, grooming.
Thank you.
Coming in quick. You got another kiss or diss?
Yeah. All right. It's snowing. You're at Art Hill with your friends, and you only have one sled. So your friend shares a sled with you, shares a toboggan with you. Kiss or diss?
Like you guys are going down in tandem, or it's like you take a turn, then I take a turn.
You take a turn, I take a turn, and then we both do it.
That's a kiss.
That's kiss, man.
That's
That's
a-
a fun.
that might
That's
be
a fun time.
That might
Yeah.
be just a full makeout. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You describing it like I already started smiling.
You see
When
how
you were
happy
like,
I was getting
you were like
just
one
talking about
sled,
it?
Art
Yeah.
Hill.
If I was in the back of the sled, which wouldn't make sense because I need to be in the front because I'm the heaviest. You know what I mean? But like, if I was in the back and you were sharing it with me, and I was like, I might get like just on the back of the neck, you know,
Pull a scarf down a little bit.
Yeah.
Now,
then tuck it back up and make sure.
I guess to add on to that, hands around the waist or like over the shoulders holding on.
I mean,
Around the waist, you go and kiss.
Depends how fast we're going.
yeah, I was
man.
about to say, there's a lot of levels to this.
God, I hope it snows this year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out.
That should be the intro to you guys' podcast. Is you guys doing things like in tandem, like
Yeah.
like you're pushing him in a shopping cart, you know, and then you guys are sledding together, sharing the same ice cream, like just licking from different sides. Like,
That'd be crazy.
We're in the what are the paddle boats at the boathouse?
Oh, yeah.
We're just like passing out because it's
yeah,
the
because
hardest
it's really
thing ever.
hard and we're really tired.
Yeah.
We just ate a bunch of ice cream.
I went to Forest Park on my birthday with my family, and we were just walking around and looking at, well, basically the tornado damage. Did you hear what Jack called it?
No.
He called it Forest List Park. Anyway, but we walked past the like big lake pond thing, and there were people out there paddle boating, and like it was so funny because they were like just profusely sweating, and you're like, yeah, that doesn't look like that much fun.
No, that
From
looks
far away, you're like, oh, that'd be cool. Let's try that out. And you get close, and you're like, oh no, never mind.
Yeah.
Have you done Art Hill? Like, have your kids came down like when it's been snowing? Have you done that?
No.
It is super fun, but I will say, dude, after like the first time when you're like walking back up, it's like fuck.
They need one of those like at the not like a ski
I
lift,
was gonna
but
say a ski lift.
you remember like when you go on like the bunny slope at a ski, which when you just held onto the rope that it would just like
pulls
pull
you
you
up?
hold on, it'll just pull you up. I need one of those.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
It is fun though. You do go fast. You go real fast.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to hold on to my waist for
So
Yeah.
There was where I live.
I'm
or
excited.
When I was a kid, where I live, there used to be this giant water slide on the side of like the main road, and it was not like no one approved this. It was just some dude who was like, "This is a really steep hill. This would be a fun water slide." So he just like carved like an S-shaped trench in this giant hill, and then filled it with concrete, painted it blue, and then he took like a water hose and just draped it at the top and let it like the water trickle down. And he would give you these mats, but they would get so ripped up because it's just concrete that by the end of the day, your mat was like this big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're trying to sit on it. And you'd get going so fast that you would go like up the side and then slam down. And like people were breaking bones and stuff like that. And eventually the city came in and they were like, yeah, you can't do this, man. You can't just open your own water park with no safety inspections or anything. And he was like, this is America. What are you talking about? Yeah. And it was so funny because at the bottom of the water slide, he like made like a pit that he eventually paved, but he never cleaned it or anything. So it was just dirty water. And like you would go into the pool and there was like broken glass and stuff like that. And you know what? I still pass by that hill sometimes, and it's all like they filled it in. They got rid of all the concrete. They like just filled it in, and like the grass like overtook everything. And I still drive by it sometimes. Like I'd go back down it. If it was still open, I'd still do it one more time. It was so much fun.
Where was the offsets at? Do you remember? Have you ever heard of the offsets?
South or west?
It's got to be in between here and Cape, right?
I think so, yeah.
It's like cliff jumping. They shut it down because people kept dying. But
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't like a lot. I think it was like 3 people a year or something. But
Yeah.
that's
an acceptable loss.
The rate,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You're jumping off shit.
Yeah, I mean, how many hundreds of people were jumping, or like
A lot.
tens?
We would get so drunk and do it.
Yeah. Was it you telling the story that you would like drive through and they were like, how old are you or something? Like they like checked your ID but didn't care or something.
No,
They're
not
supposed
me.
to check IDs and be like, you need to be 21 to be in here. And it was like maybe like seniors in high school and like freshmen, like underage kids. They would just be like, what do you got in the cooler? Be like, water. They'd be like, I don't care. Get in there. And
Yeah, they
they're
didn't
just like,
care.
whatever. Get hammered and jump off these cliffs.
We would put our Four Locos just under the sodas in the cooler.
Yeah.
It's like they never checked anyway. But
Was
in
it
our
the
head-
original Four Locos too?
Oh, yeah.
Though?
Yeah. We're gonna die one way or another. Yeah, no, that was a good time though. But that just reminded me of what you were saying. It just reminded me of like some stupid fun stuff.
Yeah.
That like if it was still open, I would definitely go back.
100%.
That could be all right. Are you guys scared of heights?
Yeah, I used to never be, but one day recently, I went for like a hike with my kids, and like you go up this hill and there's like a cliff face and you can overlook the Mississippi, and they went right to the edge, and I got very nervous, like very quickly, like don't go that far. And I used to be the kind of guy that would like sit on the edge and dangle his feet over and stuff like that, and like like I've like fast roped out of helicopters but never been like, man, whatever, And now I think the older I get, the more I'm like, I actually kind of don't want to die. Like,
Yeah.
I actually kind of have things I still want to do. Maybe I shouldn't be dangling off the edge. I don't know, but I'd try it probably.
I'm not a height scared. I'm
terrified.
fine with them. I almost like don't trust my own body to stay stable,
Yeah.
to not get hurt. Like when I was in construction, I'd be like up in a lift. It was like it wasn't so much being up there. It's like, okay, I don't know, my knees are weak today. I'm gonna trip. I'm gonna fall over the thing. Like I would just like start spiraling down into like every possibility of how I'm gonna end up hurting myself.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that? Do you get that thing where like when you're like on the edge of like a really high place, like there's just like a quick moment where your brain's like jump?
I did when we first saw your apartment the first time. I literally leaned over, and I was like, my brain was just like, "You see what happens." And I was like, I had to like step away.
That's
I thought I was gonna lose the battle up there.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a legit thing.
Yeah.
I think they call it like the call of the void or something like that, where you're just like your brain's like, do it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just do it. Like, and it's just an impulse and you're like, I don't want to die. I don't think. But why did I say? Like,
No, I
wait
know
a
what
minute,
you
what?
mean. I'm the same way with heights though. Like I'm terrified of them now, but I keep trying to do shit to get over it, and like it's just nothing's worked. Like the only thing left for me is skydiving. But I only even asked that in general because I just thought of a kiss or diss.
Okay.
Let's just say that like you're scared of heights and your friend's not, and you're at something like the offsets where you're cliff jumping. I think it's like a 50-foot cliff or something. Your friend says, "Don't worry, I'll jump with you." Kiss or diss?
I mean, that's a kiss if it helps you. Like, okay, if we're gonna do it together. Now, if he does the thing like on 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you jump and he doesn't,
Oh yeah, that's not your
hilarious.
Friend.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's not your friend anymore.
Just to watch somebody be like, "Oh, you bitch," like that, like as they like, go down, but it is a little bit of a diss.
I was almost like, I almost went diss because in my head I imagined like everybody's watching just us two.
Oh yeah,
Like you trying to convince me to go, and we like are running like together, like holding hands. That would be like, that's just too emasculating. To not that I'm like a super masculine person by any means,
no,
but
dude,
just
you're a
like
big strong man.
I'm not. But like you just come up and everybody's like, pussy.
Yeah.
Chris had to hold your hand while you jumped. Like you said, if we're like 10 feet apart and you're like, ready, 1, 2, 3, go.
Me and Dan Wisman did that. Shout out Dan. We didn't hold hands, but we did run and jump at the same time because we were both scared of heights. We were both also hammered. So
I just don't need to be
helped.
up there. I just don't need to be up high anymore.
yeah.
Like, what do I got to do up there?
Yeah.
Like I want a ranch style house that the roof's flat that I can clean the gutters. I don't need to get up higher than that.
That's so funny. You're like, I don't want a second story. It's too high. We're not meant to be up there with the gods. It's like, Jim, it's a flight of stairs. Ah,
Bah humbug! I'm not going up
bah humbug. Yeah,
Tooey.
yeah. That's so funny. You moved to Kansas just because it's flat. It's so weird. It's like to the extreme.
No inclines.
No inclines, none whatsoever. There's a wheelchair ramp outside the bank. You're like, no. You come out here and take my money. You come down here.
Just constantly have a level with me. Just I don't think so.
It's so funny. You see someone in platform shoes, and you're like, what is wrong with you?
Just like I'm cutting the heels off my wife's heels. It's like, no. Crazy.
That's good.
That is good. That's a good kisser. That's a good kisser diss.
That is.
I like that one.
Heights are scary, man. Me and Tom, we did a 14er, and like we climbed the mountain in Colorado, and it was like the worst thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Like, because I thought, like when they pitched it to me, like I thought it was like that. Like you just walk through trees, and then there's a path, and you go up. But we had to walk on what's called scree, which is like loose rock.
Loose rock, yeah.
And the whole time, it took me so much longer than everyone else. But then I got there, and then like right when I got there, like everyone already had their break, and they're like, "Hey, there's about to be a storm, and someone just died here last week that got hit by lightning, so we have to go like now." So I didn't even get a break. I just had to be scared for another 3 hours on the way down.
Well, at least you made it.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it. We did a 14er when we went to Colorado, and we made it. I mean, 2/3 of the way up, and we turned around and went back, and it was just like, and it's haunted me for the last 3-4 years. I don't remember how long ago it was, but I was like, I gotta go back, and it's so hard. It was so hard. I like to think that I'm in a little bit better shape now than I was back then, and I think I could do it. But I also had altitude sickness.
Yeah,
because as soon as I got to, we were in Breckenridge, and as soon as I got there, I just started like, I couldn't stop burping, and then I just had like diarrhea like crazy and like a headache and everything like that. And people, they were like, oh yeah, you got altitude sickness, and so they were handing me those like oxygen tanks, which then I found out later is like that's the worst thing you can do because it tells your body like, hey, don't try to find the oxygen, we'll just give you more or whatever, and you're supposed to just raw dog it until your body adjusts. And it's like 2-3 days later I was perfectly fine, but because I was like forcing oxygen into my lungs, that's why I don't believe in CPAPs. I'm like, that seems a little sketchy.
I thought about it that way.
I thought about it that way either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Elevation sickness sucks though.
It is.
I
It's
tried to
insane.
do a second one. The first time I did it, I was in really good shape, and then the second time I did it, I was in really bad shape. And like in my head, I was like, I've done this before. I'll be fine. I'll make it to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I made it maybe like an hour into the hike, and then I started throwing up, and then I just turned around and slept in someone's truck. And then I was just pissed because everyone else finished, and they came back. And we were all like making jokes about it, but it was just like I just paid like $500 to make this happen, just to throw up on the side of a mountain.
What is it? Just like you get like lightheaded at first, and is it just from like breathing?
You're just
differently?
going up in elevation; it's harder to breathe.
And then that just
The oxygen's
Yeah.
so
starts shutting
thin.
down.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like
Yeah,
you're kind of like you're taking like real like shallow breaths because you just don't feel like there's any oxygen, but you realize like no, there is enough. You know, you just gotta. You really gotta use like the bottom part of your lungs.
Did that after our breakfast this morning.
Oh no, I died.
I do that.
Literally, I keep pulling the mic away because I can hear myself
I
breathing.
know, dude. I
do that.
am over here, like holding my breath for like seconds at
Yeah.
a time because I feel like I'm just gonna be like.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You think climbing mountains is hard? Try to talk after what we just ate.
I have like a headache
Yeah.
from holding my
No,
breath.
you're
in
red.
so
You're literally red.
You want to see? You want to see me breathe hard? Give me a forehead kiss. All right.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
No one's gonna understand that reference, but
Nope,
you guys.
it's all right. This is for us.
It sounds like we're pretty well trained to hike, though.
Yeah.
You know, we've been struggling with breathing for a while.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I do a lot of stuff without being able to breathe. So, like, yeah, we got it.
I did talk to people in Colorado, and I was because there were people that were like, "Oh yeah, we do this twice a week. We climb this mountain," and because I guess like once you're used to it, after a while, it's nothing, you know. And so I was talking to him. I'm like, "Well, why do you keep doing it? You know, you've been to the top, you've seen the view. What's the point? You know, what keeps you going back?" And they're like, "A lot of times we like to do it to watch all the tourists like throw up."
Yeah.
You know, because they're like, there's so many people that, like, I talked to this one guy and he said that this guy said he read online that you're supposed to like carbo load before you like go hike a mountain or run a marathon. So he ate like a ton of like spaghetti and pasta, and he got like halfway up and was just throwing up everywhere, you know? And he said that it just makes him laugh really hard because he's like, it's easy for me now. He's like, it was hard at first, but now I kind of like just boop, 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 boop. And there's some people that can do it. Like they can do it in like 90 minutes, you know? Whereas some people it takes 6 hours, you know?
Yeah. Dude, someone ran by me. Literally ran while I'm like, like that.
Yeah, yeah. And you're just like,
so annoyed.
I hate you.
Yeah.
You're just throwing more loose rock in front of him. It's like,
Yeah, dude. These guys got to go. There's kids doing it too. It was
Yeah,
really
that's
the
humbling. That
worst.
second
Well,
time.
kids, that's one thing. It's like when I look at a kid and they're like running or doing something impressive, I'm just like, yeah, but
You're supposed to do that.
yeah, your bones are
Yeah.
hollow. Like,
Yeah.
you know, who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like when I see it, there's always those videos going around. And they're like 9-year-old with superhuman strength, and the 9-year-old's doing like 50 pull-ups or
Yeah.
whatever. I'm like, you're 70 pounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I weigh 220 pounds more than you do. All right. It's if I do 3, that's like you doing 100.
Right.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah. It's like those like
that math doesn't math, but
No,
you
it's
know what?
okay.
Yeah.
But that's how I sleep at night. All right.
Yeah.
It's like
funny
in like
'cause-
middle school, they do those like pacer tests or whatever, where like you do like how many push-ups you can do, sit-ups, running back and forth. And I was like, yeah, I used to be able to do like 300 sit-ups because I had no fat on me.
Yeah.
And
No bag in the way.
Yeah.
no bag in the way. Yeah, dude, I was like, yeah, I can do this. And then life gets you.
Yeah.
And then you get a bag.
And then you get then you get a colostomy bag, kid, and it all goes downhill. All right? You think you're something special?
Wait till you get your bag. That's funny. We talked about this in the car. I thought this might be a good one. What's the best dream you've ever had? Which I understand this can go off the rails very quickly.
Wet.
But
Wet.
yeah.
What?
Wet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Your dream sounded pretty cool earlier. I mean, I
Yeah,
know you
the
said
one
that
where
you were about
just-
to die, but you
There-
also said you were in like Gotham City.
It was like
or-
a nice Gotham, but it was like it was St. Louis.
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say it was
it
St.
just-
Louis.
Yeah, it just like, dude, I have dreams like that all the time where it just loops. Like right when before I'm about to die, I'll just be in a loop. It'll just like it'll get right to that point, and then it'll start over, but like in a different spot. But it'll always come back to like the same devastation. I don't know. I don't know about dreams, but I do kind of love having sleep paralysis. You ever had it?
No, I've heard about it. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Do you ever see The Demon?
I saw the demon.
You saw The Demon? Oh, I'm so into this. Please.
And I hate saying that because I always like there's just no way. Like everybody sees the same thing, but like I've seen the figure a couple times. Most of the time I have it, it's more like I just can't. I can't wake up out of the dream, and like you really can't. You're supposed to like really focus on like wiggling your toes or like moving your hands to like get out of it. But the one time he was at the end of the bed with like the what's it called? The thing like the Grim Reaper has. The
Scythe.
Scythe, thank you. But then the one time he had a gun, a shotgun.
It's an effective demon.
He's evolving.
He's upgrading.
He's
That's
upgrading,
so
dude.
funny. The
He's
Grim Reaper over the years is just
Upgrading his weapons.
time to go.
Yeah, next he has like night vision goggles. In the just, shit. It's just when I have it, when I get out of it, you're so relieved to be out of it that it's almost like an exhilarating feeling, like because you're like, oh, I'm alive, and you're like, oh shit, that was crazy.
Do you like jump awake when you finally come out of it?
I do.
I've always wondered about that because I've heard people say that they, like you said, they focus. They're like, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and like you can't move, and then suddenly, it's like you have all this built up like energy or whatever, and it's like, and then you come out of it and you like go flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like wide awake. Every time I'm wide awake, because I'm just like, I guess, relieved from, because you feel like you're like suffocating. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I've never dealt
But
with
my favorite dream probably, was it lucid dreaming where you control them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Selena Gomez and Sydney Sweeney. Pretty good dream.
Nice.
You guys were like crocheting, or
Yeah.
we were playing shuffleboard.
Yeah. I was lucid dreaming. I controlled it pretty well. It was pretty cool.
The only lucid dream I've ever had, I had a dream where I could fly,
That
and
sounds
was
cool.
that's all I did. I mean, it was clearly I was like 10. It was obviously pre-puberty, because if I ever had a lucid dream after that, I'm sure it would have gone a much different direction. But I just remember being like, I don't know, I feel kind of weightless today. And then I was like, I wonder if I could touch the top of that tree. And I just like, whoo, and I was like, I can fly. And I was like, I might be dreaming. What else could I do? Let's fly over here. You know, and I just remember being like, oh, this is the best.
Can't be stopped.
That reminds me of that episode of SpongeBob where he goes into other people's dreams. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
And it's so good because he goes and visits all his friends' dreams, and he gets to Patrick, and Patrick's just sitting on like a mechanical horse.
Yeah.
Just like that. And it's like a completely white screen, but just him on the horse. And SpongeBob comes up and he's like, Patrick, you know this is a dream, right? You can do whatever you want. And he's like, yep.
Yep.
And he just sits there and keeps going. And then SpongeBob's like, all right, see you later, and leaves. And then the mechanical horse stops, and Patrick pulls out a quarter, and he tries to put it in, and it falls and goes down a drain. And he goes, oh, that was my last quarter. And he just sits there. It's so funny.
I'm trying to think. I did have one dream before where I was like a Spartan, like from Halo.
Oh, yeah.
That was
would
pretty
be
cool.
sick.
That is pretty cool.
But other than that, I don't really remember. I remember when I quit cigarettes, I fell asleep with a nicotine patch on, and I had like an awful dream. Pretty much the exact opposite of what you're asking for. But it was like so vivid that
Well, I mean, best can mean anything. Most vivid, best nightmare, best, like scary. Like what was.
So it made no sense. Like when I say this, you're going to be like, that's so stupid. But like it felt so real just because they say don't fall asleep with those things on. But basically, I had a dream that I transferred to SEMO with my buddy AJ, and we were taking a biology class together. And for whatever reason, that meant that we'd had to go in the forest behind SEMO, because there's a forest behind SEMO.
Yeah.
And AJ got fucking mauled by a snake, like right in front of me, and died. And then like I woke up like crying, and I was like trying to call his family because I was like, oh my God, AJ just got mauled by a snake. I have to tell somebody. And then I realized I was at my dad's house on the couch at like 5 a.m. in St. Louis. Like it just felt so real that it was just fucking crazy.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
When I was on my first deployment, they gave us anti-malaria medication called it was like deoxycycline or something like that.
Big ass pills.
No, they were tiny. They came in a little brown glass jar with like a cork. I mean, it looked like medication you'd get in the 1800s.
Yeah.
And they were like, you're supposed to take, 2 of these a day or whatever it is. And they're like, one of the side effects is it can give you pretty intense dreams. And like one of my buddies tried to claw his face off because he had a dream that like mosquitoes got like in his eyes and were like laying eggs in his cheeks. And he just was like doing like this. And like he woke up with scratches all over himself.
Like scarabs from the Mummy.
Yeah, exactly.
dude.
Which that
Great reference, Chris.
Yeah, well done, Chris. Yeah.
I love Brendan Fraser.
He was so hot, man.
Yeah,
He was.
he was.
Did you see him in Tarzan?
Yeah, want to talk about good dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Tarzan for the plot.
Yeah. Did we have any more Kiss or Diss ones? I haven't gotten at any of the slides yet, but
No, yeah, so we kind of... I was done. I don't have any more.
Yeah, that's all I have for that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wrote a couple just so
Yeah,
they
people
can
get
see what we're going to do.
people get the gist.
Yeah, that's kind of how Kiss or Diss rolls.
Best gas station chain.
Have you had a Wawa?
I have. It's fantastic.
Wawa's fire. And then
It's-
it's Sheets. Have you had Sheets? That's like Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I've been to one. I didn't get anything,
Mm.
but I think I went to the bathroom and just kind of looked around and was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But like I didn't really impress me, but Wawa. Because I'll be honest, the only reason I went to it is because I've always heard like all Philly comics talk about it, Big J. Okerson and, anyone from Philly, obviously, talks about how great Wawa was. And they had one in Virginia when I was there last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, let me go check this out, see what it's all about.
Yeah.
It slaps.
Yeah, it's
It
awesome.
slaps. It's a better Casey's.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The food's good.
Yeah.
Sheets has a full kitchen, though, too. And
Oh,
they
does
have,
it?
They have Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce. That's why I remember it.
Oh. So are you guys...
Of course.
Are you big, are you guys are you guys big on gas stations being more of like a mini Walmart in a sense, like with a kitchen, or
Okay.
like is it road trip? Like would you like
Well, because
Okay.
I'm on the road so much, I judge them on really like 3 things: is the bathroom situation,
Yeah.
the drink selection, and if they have hot food. I don't always get hot food while I'm there, but it's nice to know that it's there if I need something. Because like it's cool to get like a bag of peanuts or almonds or whatever, or like M&Ms or whatever. But it's also like if you have chicken tenders,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna make me pull into your parking lot over someone else's.
So
that's fair.
every time I go to Chicago, there's a Wally's like an hour out. I go there and I get a brisket sandwich and like their homemade chips or whatever. And they have clean bathrooms too. So if I'm taking a shit, that's where it's gonna be. But when I go
See,
home,
I don't have that problem. That's why. So it
yeah,
doesn't
you
really.
know how lucky you are.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that's less of a curse and more of kind of like a blessing.
Yeah, some people have all the luck.
What? Oh, this bag?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big blessing.
Yeah.
Huge, dude.
Yeah. How much money do you save on toilet paper? I mean, honestly.
I don't really. I start to like use it, but not a whole lot. Like it's just like to clean it off, like
you
you
should
know
get
whatever.
a bidet, you'll be unstoppable.
I have a bidet.
Oh, let's use it.
You can have it.
Let's use it. Yeah.
Answer this. You
All right,
use your
yes,
friend's
it is.
bidet.
Your buddy has a bidet and doesn't let you use it.
I don't know. I'm pretty basic on gas. Like I'm a local. Like if I'm like just in town, like Quick Trip's my go-to. Like they got it down to a system. Like it's in and out. But I go to these other ones, and it's like you're supposed to be like. I look at gas stations as like I want to get in, get the things I need, and get out. I don't want to spend more time in there than I need to.
That's another. Yeah, that's a good point.
Like I don't like mobiles. I hate 7-Elevens. I hate 7-Eleven. Smells like. This sounds terrible, but it just smells like what I think like cancer would smell like inside of a place. I know that makes no sense at all.
That's
but
heavy.
but I think it's just like for the way their food, the fryer smell. It's just it smells like it's going. I guess it smells like it's going to give me like a disease or like an illness of some sort.
I avoid 7-Elevens at all costs. I avoid Phillips 66 at all costs. Exxon Mobiles, they're not great, but sometimes in a pinch you have to.
Depends on the location of it where you're at.
Yeah, Shell, that's another one that's like oof.
Nope. Won't do it.
I don't know. Love's is highly underrated.
Yeah.
I was gonna say on road trip, like a Love's or a Marathon, I'm fine with. If I can get jerky, like some sweet candy and a big soda, and I'm good on the road.
Yeah.
Like, with that, I don't really need. Like you said, some place did have like chicken tenders, depending on how I'm feeling. Maybe I would, but usually on the road, like I'm good with just my snacks.
Yeah.
So.
See, that's why I like Casey's so much though, because it's like perfect for both. Like you can get hot food really quick too.
Yeah.
In and out, and the pizza's so good.
Okay, best seats at a baseball game. Are you wanting to sit like up close near all the action, or are you like, no, put me up high in the nosebleeds where I can be a animal?
Okay, the last game I went to, it was one of the clubs. It was like free tickets from work, and it was some of the best Chinese food I've ever had. I don't care about baseball, but I love Chinese food.
Yeah, that's it. I will not sit down and watch baseball on TV. But if someone's like, hey, you want to go to the game? I'm like, yeah, I'll go to the game. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But
we need to show Eric something.
I'm
yeah.
excited.
So best seats? Are you saying like for view purposes or like whole experience?
No, like your personal opinion. Where would you prefer to sit? Because there was one time as a kid I got to sit in the green seats, like right behind home plate.
Those are cool.
And it was so cool, and it was awesome, and it was during Mark McGwire's home run thing, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then when there was like 2 years ago, me and a bunch of other comics, it was Adam Wainwright's last game, and we sat as high as you could possibly go.
Yeah.
And there was no one around us, and we could just be degenerates and idiots and, smack each other's drinks and things like that, and we didn't have to worry about swearing or whatever. Yeah. And it was like, that was really fun. And there was a cool breeze. You could still see everything. Like, I was like, you know what? You're not missing anything being up here.
No.
You're going to get a little winded walking to the top,
Yeah. It sucked for us.
But
yeah, I think if I had to pick, it'd be like behind home plate, probably like middle of height-wise, like middle of the stadium.
Okay.
Like probably like those yellow seats there.
okay.
Those are
those might be club seats. I'm not sure.
I think they are. I think that's
but
that might be like the Redbird Club or something like that. But
there's nothing wrong with that.
Even if I go like all the way down first base or third base line, like in the middle up high, I'm cool with. But as Chris was about to show you, I was spoiled for 5 years.
This is the best seat. I have to show you this. I know it sucks because it's an audio podcast, or I guess it's not. But
If you hold it up to the mic.
recognize that guy? That's your own Jimmy Stout. He was the foul ball guy.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I'm on YouTube. If you
Yeah,
YouTube Cardinals ball boy.
Caught a liner, too.
Man.
Yeah.
So
His life was really good before that.
What's
bag.
the outfield like? Is it like spongy? Is it?
It's nice.
It's nice.
I started off as an usher down there, like 2012, the year after the World Series, and then eventually they like gave me the spot on the first base side, like right. There's like the Post Dispatch tarp, you know, and then there was a guy that would sit there, and then I was in the middle there, and I did that for 3 or 4 years on the field. So I had one of the best seats. Like
That's-
now, like if I go to a game, it's like I was on the field.
I used to be in the show, you know?
Yeah, that was my moment. Every year I share it on Facebook. I'm like, so you guys know,
That's fantastic.
I was somebody.
That's
yeah.
so. I had no idea you did that. That's so cool.
Yeah, that was the big highlight. I made that catch, and it was on like ESPN Sunday Night Baseball too.
Oh,
So it was Joe Buck, like, and a good catch by that guy. Dude, it was scary. Like, it was a hard line drive, and I just like stood up, and
You
I
catch
almost
it barehanded.
no, I had a glove.
Oh, okay.
And that'd be so cool.
And then you crush the ball and eat it.
I just start going crazy on the field. Like, holy shit.
Rip his shirt off.
But yeah, I came like super. I stood up to catch it, but then when I stood up, everything was like fast but slow at the same time. You know, like when you have that.
Yeah. I know.
And I was
exactly what
like,
you're talking about.
I was like, what am I doing? I'm gonna like I mean, I played baseball, but I was like, this is a major league baseball player hitting a ball 100 miles per hour off the bat, and I put my glove up and I caught it like right at my face, and then I acted like it was nothing, but. That
Yeah.
was scary. Dude, if I would have got hit in the face,
They counted as an out. The Cardinals lose. Everybody, you're like, I'm sorry.
I just start jogging in, just like, come on, boys.
You go to the other team's dugout.
Hey, we go. Come on. Go. Get fired up. Let's go. Let's get some runs.
You guys want to plug your social media real
Yeah,
quick? Oh, we should have done that at the beginning.
That's okay. At Tophology for me and at Common Courtesy 314. We're bringing it back like the AIM days. Please
Yeah, we
follow
are.
us on Instagram. We will be on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube when this comes out. This will be out Wednesday. I don't know when this episode will come out, but
By the time this comes out, there'll probably be a couple episodes out, so go back and check out the backlogs.
yeah, buddy.
All three of us have been on all the episodes so far with
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a special,
some guests.
a
Yeah.
merry band of rotating guests, and they've been really fun.
Yeah, they've
Alright.
definitely been really good episodes. You guys are gonna love it. And if anyone, sorry that was loud. If anyone does want to message us and send us in some Kiss or Diss ideas, feel free. We will argue about it, like all three of us, like we do every week.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I
Oh,
agree.
and July 11th, the Focal Point Jim and I will be performing.
Gemini.
The old Jim and I, we're back. Jim is back. He is back on the stage. It'll be a really good show. It's probably going to sell out, so get your tickets. And then Comedy Denominator, this podcast is one of
Yeah.
the first things that the Comedy Denominator is producing. We did a show at Spark. Then there's another show at the Moonrise, June 26th.
June 26th,
Yeah.
7 o'clock, I
Um,
believe. Yep.
Yeah, guys, come out, support. It's going to be a really good time. The Moonrise is an awesome place.
Tickets are only
Yeah.
$15. You can buy them at the door. There's also a couple flyers going around. They have a QR code where you can buy on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great time. It's a great. If you haven't been to the Moonrise Hotel, it's on the Del Mar Loop. It's awesome. It's a very cool hotel. It's a great room. They've got food. They've got drinks. I mean, there's gonna be a bunch of stuff there. So please come out. Feel free. It's gonna be a great lineup. Myself, producer Bree, Sam Vining, JB Buchanan, Black Charles. It's gonna be a great show. And Comedy Denominator is kind of the production company that Chris and Bree and I are launching, and we're gonna
And
be
Rick.
and Rick,
Not Rich.
yeah, yeah, and we're putting things together, we're putting them out, so you're gonna be seeing a lot of that around town over the next couple months, and we're going to just keep growing and getting bigger, and we're going to be bringing in some headliners that I think people will be pretty excited about.
Hell yeah.
So,
Yeah, buddy.
yeah.
It's awesome.
And if anybody's hiring, please message at Tophology. I need my job. Please. I hate my job, please.
Oh, yeah, I think by the time this comes out,
Yeah, no, it's gone.
you will.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because you might currently still be there, but
Yeah.
Doubt it.
yeah. All right. Yeah, Jim, did you plug your? Do you have a
I
social?
don't know. Yeah. Jimmy James 9417 is the social.
Yeah. So look him
Instagram,
up.
all that jazz.
Yeah, follow these guys. Check out Common Courtesy. It's a good time. Come see us live. If you like the riffs and the jokes we're doing here, you come see us. It's better in person.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah, the last thing I always ask people or try to remember to is what's the best way to fix this podcast? Any ideas, suggestions?
Damn.
More forehead kisses.
I mean, honestly, Eric, it's perfect.
I don't know. I've had a great time so far. Every time. I really have.
I'm sweating. No. Honestly, dude, I really enjoy
more oxygen.
Yeah, more ice
Yeah.
cream.
Yeah, I'd like to hang out downstairs more.
Yeah.
Get more ice cream from that one place.
Yeah, or like you said, if some I mean,
From that one lady.
I guess you said, you're like, oh, it'd be fun to do something like outside. Like
Yeah, I would
podcast-wise,
love
but,
to.
Other than that, I'm pretty.
This
simple,
would be
man.
fun to do live.
I want to do a live one. I really, really want to. I hope that eventually that's one of the things Comedy Denominator can put on. You know that small theater we did for the bros
That's what. Yeah,
across the street from the bowling alley? I forgot what it was called.
the Focal Point.
Focal
That's what we're going July 11th.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Oh, I wanted to be on that show so bad, but I'll be out of town.
They wanted you.
I know. I wanted to. It's so weird. I see them all the time because, like, some of those, like the bros. Shout out to the bros.
I don't think they know that I call them that.
No, I don't think they care either, though. Like, that's the thing. It's not like we're like,
Yeah.
you know, the pussies. You know?
Yeah, those religious pussies. That keep
Yeah,
hiring
no,
us.
the bros. They're super cool. But they put on a show at the Focal Point, which is a small theater. I think that stage would be great. We could easily go and set up a live podcast recording, and I think it would be super fun.
Yeah.
I don't think logistically it would be all that hard to do, but I think if, I don't know, maybe the three of us and Bree could do an episode.
I want to do Common Courtesy live too. I think.
Yeah. I think we should start doing. And Bree just also, hey, shout out. Bree just started her own podcast with another couple very funny comics, Sam Vining and Alex Hayes, and it's called The Dollar Menu.
I think the Dollar Menu podcast sounds right.
Yeah, The Dollar Menu Podcast. Okay. Yeah, so guys, check out The Dollar Menu Podcast. It's Bree, Sam Vining, Alex Hayes. They're three very funny comics. I think all three of them have been on this podcast before, and they're probably going to come and do like another cross-promotional episode soon, and hopefully we can all, share followers and share viewers and stuff like that. St. Louis is doing some big things, guys, so stay tuned. I'm excited for the future.
Buddy.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for being here.
Yeah, thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
having us, dude.
Fun.
Thanks for breakfast.
Yeah, buddy.
And all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Right.